Dabo Swinney just went absolutely nuclear on Ole Miss in their tampering. I talked about LSU and their tampering, but it seems like there's a whole lot of tampering going on in a whole lot of places. But we knew that was happening. Let's hear what he has to say, exposing and potentially killing college football in the past.
The agent, Ryan Williams, calls Jordan Sorrells. And during that conversation, Ryan conveys that Ole Miss has been coming hard after Luke.
So just to give you a little bit of context, this is, I believe, freshman of the year out of Cal. He transferred to Clemson. He's on the Clemson, like he's enrolled in classes, everything. He's in school doing workouts, and then this unfolds.
Sorrells confirmed. He went with the agent. He said, "Are you talking about the same Luke that's been enrolled, enrolled at Clemson, that's been in class, that's moved here, that's signed with Clemson?" And the agent assured him, yes, the same one. But he also assured Jordan Sorrells that Luke had no intention of leaving Clemson, but just thought y'all should be in the loop and check up on him tomorrow. So Thursday, January 15th at 11:45 a.m., just this past, Thursday, Jordan came to me, and he told me about the conversation that he had the night before with the agent at 9:49. And so I told Sorrells, I directed Sorrells, hey, you reach, I don't know, I said, who's their GM? He said his name is Austin Thomas. I said, will you reach out to their GM? He said he knows him. And I said, listen, this guy has been a head coach for 4 weeks. I said, you reach out to the GM. I'm going to give him some grace. And you let him know that we know what's going on, all right? And if he doesn't cease communication, I'm going to turn him in. And so I really thought that would be the end of it, but it wasn't. So after that was 11:45. At 12:10, Jordan communicated to Austin Thomas via text because he was unable to reach him on the phone.
He's really reading.
And just a few minutes later, at 12:14, they both connected on the phone. The Ole Miss GM, Austin Thomas, and Jordan reiterated our stance one more time. The GM assured Jordan that he had communicated to the agent that he wanted no part of this and that his relationship with Jordan was more important to him than Luke Farrelly. But that Pete Golding just does what he does, quote, unquote. So at 1:30, Sorrells met with Luke face-to-face in his office. And Luke communicated to Jordan and to Ben Boulware that Pete texted him on Wednesday morning, the head coach at Ole Miss, when he was in his 8 a.m. class. And he said the text message said, I know you're signed. What's the buyout? And he also, Luke said that Coach Golding also texted him a picture of a $1 million contract. Luke also mentioned to Jordan and to Ben that Coach Golding had Trinidad Chambliss call him from his phone, and that Coach Golding was there continuing to talk on his phone to push him to re-enter the transfer portal. He also said that Jackson Dart had reached out and called him.
Hey yo, what
but
the
Luke
fuck?
Again assured.
Whoa! Jackson Dart is in the Ole Miss RICO files. What?
Jordan that he had no intention of leaving, and Jordan kept me in the loop and told me the same thing. So we had a staff meeting on Friday morning, January the 16th, the last day of the portal. At 11:20, Luke called Ben Boulware and told him that Mississippi had reached out again, even though I had kind of let them know the day before, had reached out again, and they had not only reached out, but they had upped and doubled their offer. But Luke told Ben, hey, it's all, we're good. And so Ben told Luke to come to the office and see Sorrells and Coach Sweeney and let them know, hey, everything is okay. So when that was over, Ben then texted Jordan Sorrells, and he let him know that Ole Miss had raised its offer to 2 years, $2 million. And again, that he had told Luke to come over and see us and let us know that everything is
Not really
good.
doubling the deal, but I
So
feel
at
you, I feel you.
11:57, so 11:20, Luke called Ben. 11:22, he texted Jordan this. At 11:57, Sorrell spoke with the agent Ryan Williams about the situation once again. The agent confirmed that head coach Pete Golding had continued to communicate with Luke and had raised the offer once again. Jordan asked to have Luke to give us the text messages that he had received from Coach Golding, but the agent was hesitant to do that because he didn't want to burn any bridges with Ole Miss, as you never know what will happen down the road. However, the agent communicated that if we were to add a second year at $1 million to the already agreed upon deal with Luke, then they would gladly give us whatever we need in order to turn Ole Miss in.
Okay. This is, and I have a because I remember a year ago, Deion was calling out Virginia for offering contracts XYZ, the people out of the portal. This is on a whole nother atmosphere, dog. And who knows? I know this is happening regularly. And I'm happy that this is coming out because it displays what I talk about, and it's the fact that I'm telling y'all, it's not the kids' fault. It is not or these young adults at this point. It's not. And I'm not saying they don't have any, what's it called? Any accountability to be had. But my God, you're enrolled in a school, in classes, all that sort of stuff, and then you have your agent blackmailing your new head coach, trying to do like the Walmart match a price. Oh well, Ole Miss tampered and offered $87 million for 2, so y'all can't add it. If you just add another year, we can get you, these legal documents that basically prove that there's been tampering going on, even though the NCAA probably ain't gonna do nothing about it. Dog, that is nasty. That is absurd.
Which Jordan appropriately said, no, we're not doing that. He also communicated that Ole Miss Assistant Director of Player Personnel, I guess it's J-A-I, Choudary, Shortery, I'm not sure. But the Assistant Director of Player Personnel was pushing to set up a Zoom call with them to discuss the details of their contract offer. So that was at 11:57, talking to the agent. At 12:30, Sorrell met Luke out in the parking lot outside our football facility, and Luke communicated that he was coming to assure him and Coach Sweeney that he wasn't going anywhere. I was not in the building. Jordan called me to let me know what Luke said and for me to reach out to him. I called Luke and didn't get an answer. I'm back at work. I'm in my office. Everything's good. 4:14, Jordan Sorrell comes to see me. He had gotten a call from compliance telling him that Luke is in our compliance office trying to request to re-enter the transfer portal. So Jordan let me know. He let Tom Allen know. Called Luke, no answer. At 4:19, Jordan called the agent Ryan Williams again to alert him that Luke had requested to enter the portal. He responded via text to let him know that he was flying. Sorrell texted, Luke just reached out to our compliance and requested to go in the portal. What the heck is going on? The agent's response was, oh, bleep. Let me try and find out. At 4:40, Sorrell and Coach Allen arrived at Luke's apartment. Luke was in the driveway when they got there. His immediate response was, I'm going to Ole Miss. Coach Allen and Jordan spent some time talking to him, and when they departed, he just said, hey, I need to clear my head. At 5:39, Jordan spoke with the Ole Miss GM, Austin Thomas, again to let him know that we knew all that was going on and that we were going to pursue all options to hold them accountable for tampering. And then at 7:20, after a phone call with Tom Allen and Ben Boulware, Luke affirmed his plan to enter the transfer portal. And then he called me and told me the same thing. Once I got word of all this at 4:15 that he was going over there trying to go in the portal, I immediately called our AD, Graham Neff. I also called Commissioner Phillips. He also called
he told
the
SEC
commissioner and others. So, this is obviously a crazy time. We turned everything in to the NCAA.
Wow. Okay. So some people are asking, is this snitching? Is this, is that? I want to put something in perspective. And I think I was talking about this literally in yesterday's video, and I was like, the fact that the portal, and I'm a portal guy. I'm becoming an old head like with these takes. I'm just like, the wider the portal gets, I'm more like, yo, maybe we do need some rules. Maybe the NCAA actually needs to enforce something, because my God, this is a Cal linebacker, Luke Farrelly, who transferred into Clemson, and I was talking about the crazy enough, the Cal true freshman quarterback that did the same thing except out of high school to Oregon and then went to Cal. He transferred to Clemson, was on campus, enrolled, everything. I don't know, we talked about that. Boom. He goes, as somebody who's gone to college, and maybe I was just a lazy procrastinator. I don't know. Maybe that's my bad. Hey, I got the piece of paper though. But the idea of having to do all that, move, and then have to go back up to the campus to do and talk to people and fill out paperwork, I wouldn't want to do that in like a 2-week period. And don't even get into the moving process. But the fact that like them numbers must have been really nice. Really, really nice, because I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could hop back in the portal just from a like, dog, I just got here, man. But they don't care. The money's right. I messes with it. The money they're throwing around in doubling numbers. I thought they were saying $2 million for a linebacker. $1 million for a linebacker. Now, last I checked, I thought the linebacker class or price, and maybe he's an edge rusher. I don't know a lot about him. I know he was I believe a freshman All-American, All ACC, I believe too, and that's interconference too. That is crazy. Anyway, or not interconference because he's going to Ole Miss, but regardless, I just. Damn. Like, I don't know what else to say. That's absurd. Do you think Dabo is snitching? Do you think they're out of line? This is what it comes down to, right? These are the issues that I've been saying, like, as of multiple years now, where it's like the players are going to suffer the most from this stuff, man. Like, the players are going to get bad relationships, bad situations, XYZ. Who knows if Pete Golding's going to be able to put together a good season like they did with Lane Kiffin. Like, the whole Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, everybody's nasty. Ole Miss was calling out Lane Kiffin for poaching and tampering. Now they get documented tampering. This ain't gonna end anytime soon. I think it's just crazy that Dabo, of course, the person who hates the transfer portal the most, comes out and explains it all, man. Dog, college football been cooked, but it's deep frying now, boy.